Welcome to workout of the week number 25. This time we have a 3-day full body anatomical adaptation workout with a strength maintenance. So what is the training goal? Well, number one, anatomical adaptation, as Tudor Bompa calls it, or some other people call it structural strength. We go into that in a minute, what that means. And we also want to maintain strength levels. If you remember in workout number 9, I hope it was number 9, I presented a 2-day-a-week anatomical adaptation workout. So for some sports and athletes, it's just not advisable to drop the strength work, the emphasis on maximum strength or maintaining maximum strength, because if you don't do it for 2 to 3 weeks, you might need another 3 to 5 weeks to get back to the levels where you were. So that's why we have our focus on anatomical adaptation, aka structural strength, but we still want to set that maintenance stimulus to maintain our strength levels. Let's have a look at the training variables. The training intensity, anatomical adaptation, 40 to 70% of the 1RM, the strength maintenance, 87 to 92.5% of the 1RM. The repetitions, 12 to 20 for the anatomical adaptation and 1 to 3 for the strength maintenance. Our exertion levels, medium exertion levels for the anatomical adaptation and hard exertion levels for the strength maintenance. The effort is a repeated effort for the anatomical adaptation and a maximum effort for the strength maintenance. If we look at the exercises, for our anatomical adaptation, it's focused on fundamental movements, but because we want to work on that structural strength aspects, these movements will be compound multi-joint. Okay, that's nothing new, but multi-planar. Yeah, we have different planes. We have basically, in simple words, forwards, backwards. We have the lateral and we have the rotational plane, and we also use combined movements and bilaterally and unilaterally. What are combined movements? We see a couple of them when we look into the program. But for example, you use an RDL with a bent over row. Yeah, so you bring the bar in the RDL below your knee. Yeah, and then you do a bent over row, and then you stand back up and complete the RDL. Yeah, so these are combined movements, and there are a couple of variations you can do. We look into that. For our strength maintenance, we do a squat, a hinge, a push and a pull. Simple. And our exercise order goes from most complex to least complex. More training variables. We train 3 days a week. Training frequency, 3 days a week. We use a station training and have some complexes included. Our training split is a full body. And we have a look into the program right now. So here we are inside of our 3-day anatomical adaptation program with the strength maintenance emphasis. Yeah, let's have a look. So the weekly structure. We train on 3 days, non-consecutive days. The first day will be the strength maintenance. The second workout will be the anatomical adaptation. So will be the third workout. Yeah? And if we look into that, so the strength maintenance, fairly simple. We do complexes. We do a front squat complexed with a bench row. We do a front foot elevated split squat, so a unilateral squat variation, complexed with a bench press. And then we do the RDL with a shoulder press. And in this first week, we do 3 sets of 3 at 85%. When we move to workout number 2, the anatomical adaptation, and here that will be a bit more challenging, we do our combination of a snatch, pull, a muscle snatch and overhead squat. Yeah, so these are basically 3 movements, 3 repetitions, and then we do this 3 times, which is 9. But then here we have to be a bit careful with the RPE. As I outlined in the video previously about anatomical adaptation, you can't really work very much with an RPE here because you have combined movements. What does that mean? Well, for example, here our snatch pull muscle snatch overhead squat, the percentage is based on the muscle snatch. So 65% of the muscle snatch is probably fairly simple to do as a snatch pull, and also depending on your training level, it should be fairly simple to do for an overhead squat. Yeah, so that's why the RPEs can't be a precise number for these combinations. Anyway, we do our snatch, pull, muscle snatch, overhead squat with a pull variation. This time we do the typewriter or the chin to hand. We have to use bands, band assisted if needed. After that, we do a dumbbell Bulgarian split squat with a shoulder press. Also here you see what I mean. It's based on the percentage of the shoulder press, and then the same weight is done for the Bulgarian split squat to shoulder press. So for the shoulder press, it's probably more challenging than for the Bulgarian split squat if you're not extremely weak in the split squat. And combined with an RDL to bend over row, what I outlined previously. And then we do the dumbbell bench press alternating with the medicine ball step up to rotation. Yeah, so you hold the medicine ball in front of you, you step up and you rotate to one side. And then we go to workout number 3. Again, we have a combination here of clean, pull, muscle, clean and front squat. Yeah, this time no complex. Finish these 3 sets of 60% for 9 repetitions. And after that, we move to the combination of dumbbell squat to shoulder press. Also here, based on the percentage of the dumbbell shoulder press. So the squatting is fairly easy. The pressing will be a bit more challenging. However, you can use a little bit the momentum of the squat when you come up in the press. So that'll be okay. And we do that in combination with an inverted row or the Australian pull-up, and followed by a dumbbell single-legged RDL into a forward lunge and return. And this is combined with a push-up to star hold. Yeah, that concludes our 3 workouts. If you download this PDF, you can look at the glossary, you can read about myself, you can read about what my athletes or some of my athletes have to say about me. And then last but certainly not least, you can join the membership. In that membership, considering we are at workout of the week number 25, you get another 24 training programs. And you also get, this is just the first week of the 4-week training program, you get the full 4-week training program. So let's move back and finish that presentation. So what are the next steps? Number 1, you download the PDF. Number 2, you join the membership. There you get the full 4-week training program plus 24 other training programs. And you like and subscribe to this channel. And then you get notified when the next workout comes out. And if you want to see the workout of last week, you can see that here. And if you haven't subscribed, you can do that again. I see you next week.